Hello. Today we are going to learn how to divide numbers using long division. But first, let's review some division vocabulary. The dividend is the number being divided. It is the amount that we start with. So in our equation, 36 divided by 4 equals 9, the dividend is 36. We're starting with 36 objects. The divisor is the number that you are dividing by. 4 is the divisor in this case. So we have 36 objects that we are either dividing into groups of 4, or we have 36 objects that we're dividing among 4 groups. Quotient is a fancy way of saying an answer to a division problem. Our quotient or answer for 36 divided by 4 is 9. Notice where our quotient is in each of these different setups. When we start with 56 divided by 7 equals 8, our answer is right here. We started with 56, we divided it by 7, and we got an answer of 8. Now, when we start doing long division, our dividend is inside what I like to call the house. Our divisor, or the number we're dividing by, is over here, and our answer is actually on top of the little house. And then we also know that a slash is the same thing as that division symbol. And so that looks very similar to the first example, where it's the dividend divided by the divisor and our quotient is at the end. We are going to use a structure about McDonald's. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down. To the right, we have 54 divided by 2. The first step we're going to take is we are going to say, how many times does 2 go into 5 equally without going over? That's our division step. Well, I know that 2 can go into 5 2 times without going over because 2 times 2 is 4. If I chose 3, 2 times 3 is 6, and that would be too much. So we just did the division step. Now we're going to multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. Now we're going to subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. And then we are going to bring down the 4. Before we even bring down, we like to check that this number here is less than our divisor. If it was more, that means that this number up here was too little. Now we're going to start all the way again. Divide. 2 goes into 14. How many times without going over? It's the same thing as asking, what is 14 divided by 2? Well, I know 2 goes into 14 7 times. Multiply. 7 times 2 is 14. Subtract. 14 minus 14 is 0. Check. Is 0 less than 2? Yes. There's nothing left to bring down. So our answer is 27. That means that 54 divided by 2 is 27. We'll now try 54 divided by 3. Let's start with division. 3 goes into 5 how many times without going over? 1 time. Multiply. 1 times 3 is 3. Subtract. 5 minus 3 is 2. Check. Is 2 less than 3? Yes. Bring down. We'll bring down our 4. Start all the way again. Division. 3 goes into 24 8 times. Multiply. 8 times 3 is 24. Subtract. 24 minus 24 is 0. Nothing left to bring down, and our 0 is less than 3. So our answer is 18. Again, does division. 4 goes into 4 1 time. McDonald's. Multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract. 4 minus 4 is 0. Check. Cheese. 0 is less than 4, so we are good. Bring down our 8, start over. 4 goes into 8 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract. 0 is less than 4. Nothing to bring down. Our answer is 12. And we know this is a fast fact that 48 divided by 4 is 12. This problem's a little bit different because take a look. If we're asking, can 3 go into 2? Well, if we have 2 fingers up, we cannot make a group of 3. So 3 can't evenly go into 2. So we're actually going to put an X right here. That means now we're going to say 3 goes into 27 how many times without going over? 3 goes into 27 9 times. And it's actually the answer because 9 times 3 is 27. Keep it lined up. And subtract. There's nothing left to bring down, so our answer is 9. And we know that 9 times 3 is 27, so 27 divided by 3 is 9. We'll try one more like that. Again, we can't have 8 evenly go into 6. That means if we have 6 fingers, can we make a group of 8? No. But 8 can evenly go into 64. I know that 8 goes into 64 8 times, and 8 times 8 is 64. Subtract. There's nothing left to bring down, so our answer, or our quotient, is 8. One final problem. Let's start it from the beginning. Division. 5 goes into 6 one time without going over. Multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. Check. 1 is less than 5, so we chose a good number up here. Bring down. Start again. 5 goes into 10 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract. Our answer is 12. You can always check your work by multiplying your quotient, your answer, by your divisor over here. So if I wanted to double check 12 times 5, I should get an answer of 60. 5 times 2 is 10. Put our 0, carry our 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So our answer was correct.